What is up, everyone? In this video, we are going to be going over a very popular stock, Microsoft, well-known stock, guys, and I'm going to try to answer the question, is the bottom in for this next run? And we're going to use the chart to decide that. Remember, guys, none of this is financial advice. This is pure technical chart analysis. So let's get to the chart. So everybody knows Microsoft, guys, is a very strong stock, and we are trading in a very strong uptrend in this macro channel. And as of recently, we had this double top pattern, and we lost 30%, which is a lot for a 3 trillion, excuse me, market cap stock. So now, what's interesting to me is that in the stock's lifetime, we've never traded. We are in the weekly time frame, guys. By the way, we have never traded under this 200-day moving average in the weekly time frame, guys. And you could see we already found support on it, and especially when the stock is at the bottom of the trend channel. You could see every time the weekly RSI is oversold, we have some sort of uptrend reaction, guys. And even if we go to the monthly chart, this cyan blue line is the monthly 50-day moving average, and you can see we never traded under that as well. And we also closed this monthly down gap, and weekly down gaps are very rare, and monthly down gaps are extremely rare. And you can see we are also oversold in the monthly RSI, guys. Before I continue with the price goals, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, you're a beginner trader and you want to be more advanced in the trading world, come check out my Patreon at patreon.com/GainsKeeper Trading. We have 3 membership tiers, guys. But if you want the full trading experience, I recommend the Master Keeper. I have a premium vault of tutorials, trading systems, weekly breakout stocks, swing trades from small to large cap, and once per week, we go beyond the charts to focus on personal awareness and growth and relate that to the trading world. So, guys, once again, feel free to subscribe on YouTube, but my premium content is on patreon.com/GainsKeeper Trading. Let's get back to the charts. Okay, so let's go to the daily chart, guys. I'm going to turn the drawings on. So what's interesting to me about Microsoft is that if you look at all the other big tech stocks in their respective trend channels and market structure, they're kind of in the middle, while Microsoft is at its low right now in terms of structure and the indicators, guys. Well, the question remains, guys, is the bottom in for Microsoft for this next run? And if you haven't seen my market sentiment update video, go watch that. The market is kind of in the decision mode right now, and we can have a rally soon, or we can have a bearish market. It looks like we were on the edge of a bearish market, but it's interesting to me that Microsoft is at the bottom of the trend channel right now. So we have this demand zone from 355 to 372, where buyers typically step in and selling pressure gets exhausted. But we also have this support reaction line, guys. And I can extend this liquidity zone up, but I don't want that zone to be that big. I don't think it should be that big. When I mean support reaction, I mean, when structure and the RSI is oversold, you see we have these support prices and resistance prices. So this is kind of like a decision line here when the RSI and the market sentiment is in favor of support or resistance. But the main, if you want to play it safe, and remember, guys, this is not financial advice. The main decision zone for the buyers is in this zone here, and that would only make sense to me. I would not be surprised if the bottom could be in right now, guys. You could see there is another gap here. So we might be on its way to closing this gap, and we might have a rebound. This might be the bottom for this run already. But it would not surprise me if we had a gap down here and we entered this demand zone to close this gap, which would be healthy still. We would still have a higher low, which is continuing of the trend structure, guys. And we can even do, let me turn the indicators off. We can even do a little Fibonacci retracement here for the last move. And you could see the 2618 is also in this demand zone. And if I put this back on, you can see we've been forming bullish divergences on the RSI. Maybe we form one more bullish divergence. This RSI stays stronger, and maybe we form one on the weekly, close this gap, and maybe that's the bottom then, guys. So that's my opinion based on the chart. Let's move on to the prices to the upside. One last price to the downside would be 344.93, guys. This is the last point of support I have marked here. You could see after this, we would be going much lower, and that would actually start a new downtrend if we went below that. So I'm going to delete this Fibonacci retracement real quick, and we'll talk about price to the upside, guys. So say we do come down into this demand zone, close this gap. I would expect a rebound to get to this secure point here, and that would be about 15%. We have our next supply zone if we hit the middle, 24%, and we have multiple gaps to the upside, guys. You could see if I turn the indicators back on, we have these upside gaps. That's very bullish in my opinion. So we could very much well drop into this demand zone. This is a large cap stock, guys, $3 trillion market cap. So this is not going to happen overnight. You could see that it takes a while, but we had this strong uptrend, came back down, bottom of the trend channel, found support on the weekly. Maybe we do a little weekly bullish divergence, and then we start making our way up. If you want to play it safe on the sell, remember, guys, not financial advice. This is your secure price right here, 425. Like I said before, that would be a gain of 16%, which is very good for a large cap stock like this. The next is the supply zone between 446 and 468. And you could see also the Ichimoku cloud is green, and we might get rejected here at the EMA lines. You could see the 50-day moving average on the weekly, and we have the 200-day, which is very strong resistance at this point when it's trading under at the daily 200 EMA. So, we might close this gap, come back down, and then the future looks bright for the stock for the uptrend, guys. So as long as we don't fall below this last point of support, we can keep this uptrend going and close all these gaps. But I will make a video when we get closer to that for higher prices. We're in a strong uptrend, not worried about the stock unless we fall below this. Then we might start closing these gaps. I'll make an update when it's necessary, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful, and have a blessed day.